An Alchemist here. Didn't plan this, but here I am. I just wanted to touch base with everybody. It's been a whole while since I posted anything. I posted a short not too long ago. But yeah, October 2023. I've been up. I should stop logging onto Twitter when I wake up in the morning pee. Why do I do that to myself? Just want to journal my journey pretty much because, as a crypto holder, in particular XRP, if you have been holding the asset, it's been quite some journey. We've been tested in patience, and that's cool. I'm willing to wait as long as it takes, but that's not the only thing, that I have to look forward to and that I've been working on, right? I am continuously pushing myself to grow in other areas of my life. Financially, mentally, physically, and in other aspects. Where do I start? So I was working night shift a couple of months back. Earlier this year, I quit that. I transitioned to day shift via the company TQL, which lasted for about 3 months. And as many of you may know, a lawsuit has concluded recently that stems all the way back from 2008. The judge ruled against TQL, and we're awaiting what, damages, payments, and all that for not paying overtime to the junior brokers there, which was one of the issues I had with TQL in my case in particular, but I'm not gonna, this video is not about that. So it was among one of the issues which led to me quitting, resigning. I didn't really quit because one of the reasons why I did leave was because actually I was not willing to stop trying, but that led me to a point where I just couldn't take it anymore. And what I was being instructed to do, which essentially was to cheat on tests to move forward, was the accepted norm. And because I didn't follow that, it kind of turned into a thing. And ultimately, I said I had enough. I basically didn't pass a test at 100%, which everybody cheated to pass. I got a 97. And it came to a point where I was told that I was going to be walked out, possibly, if they didn't get the green light to allow me to retake the test. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to be walked out. I've had enough. Goodbye. Right? So, whether or not I would have a case or not, I'm not really into investing my time into poor me, you owe me something because I'm not happy. I see the game from both sides, as an employer and as an employee. Me as an employee, if I'm not happy, I simply quit. Goodbye. You know, if I would be an employer and I'm not happy with the employee, I would fire them. I would not have fired me under the situation I was in. But I did what was right for me. And so I have since moved on to working a morning part-time via the USDA as a janitor, you could call it. Like, I'm not gonna, put lipstick on what it is that you throw out the garbage, you clean bathrooms, and it's something I never imagined. So I went from one job I never imagined doing, which was working in a factory for assembling seats at Toyota, not at Toyota, but a wholesaler of seats to Toyota and others. And that was an experience. That was definitely a learning experience. I've never been in that environment, and it was eye-opening. I got to witness firsthand what a factory and an assembly line looks like and what it is to work on one. So that was an experience. Met a lot of hardworking people, and dealt with the jet lag from working at night, being sleep deprived, sometimes going with no sleep, as I had, my son was a much younger back then. And, as a parent, you deal with sleepless nights. So those two put together, that was quite an experience. So from there to now working as a janitor is quite humbling. It's funny, as a young man, I would feel a certain kind of way when my father would tell me to clean outside, rake the leaves outside, clean the garbage in front of our home. I almost felt as if I was belittling myself by doing this manual labor to upkeep something, when in fact I should feel honored to serve in such a way to maintain a property that's actually belonging to my family, right? So as an older man now, I see things differently. And as humbling as it is to be a janitor, it's an experience of serving in a way that many of us would not subject ourselves to doing, which only gives me the perspective of respecting that role. I think a lot of people look down on certain people working certain jobs, not giving proper respect and being thankful to the individual who is actually, in some points, in some cases, dedicating their lives to this type of work. Maybe because they have certain mental blocks, self-image, what they see possible, see not possible for themselves, or whatever the case. But, I can manage this job with a smile on my face because I know where I'm going. I have a plan that's bigger for this than this, and I do the job as best as I could, knowing it's a stepping stone towards the next level. So, long-winded way of saying, I'm working two part-time jobs. I do that in the morning, and then I go to my finance job where I'm the oldest person there. I'm working with a lot of young men that impress me in a sense of their work ethic. It's like it inspires me, and also, not not to be outshined. I am top 3 in what I do, so there's a little competitiveness to the whole game, and I enjoy being around the youth and being able to compete still against them and bring what I bring to the table, which is experience. I'm dealing in sales, I'm dealing in finance, and sort of seeing the mistakes in them that I would make, maybe overthinking things rather than moving on. Especially, you're dealing sometimes with cold calling when you're building your pipeline in sales. A lot of people taking things serious personally when they get rejected rather than simply moving on and understanding it's part of the process. It's a numbers game. And I told myself I would never do sales again. Here I am. And I feel like I have the mental fortitude to break through and push through that initial barrier of rejection that many of us in sales have. So I'm seeing the game in a completely different light, and that mental switch has actually led to productivity and results. I'm seeing results because I'm not giving up. Every day, it's the same process. I stay a little later if I need, and I get an application. I build my pipeline a little bigger every day, knowing that ultimately, once a certain phase is done, the commission is going to be running in. And I'm already starting to see commissions as a trainee on a little smaller scale, but I'm seeing, and this is only like week 3 here. That's why I'm updating, because this is just the start of this phase of my life. And so I get home and and props to you if you're still listening, if you're this interested in my journey as the abundant alchemist. Thank you. Please hit the likes, because as interesting as it's going to be for myself to look back on these videos and reminisce, I can't imagine that it's that much as interesting to someone else from the outside looking in. I'm just trying to log my journey here. But when my work day is done, I will return home and cook for myself, right? And study the markets, because one of the things that I have in mind is to pick up Forex trading, which I have tried time and time again. Maybe I was a little unprepared all of those times, and I was quick to jump the gun on taking challenges with prop firms. I'm doing everything in my power to not have to retake a challenge again. Next time I take the challenge, I'm going to pass. So I come home and I study what the charts are doing. I study my setups, my entries, my exits, the templates of the 3-day setup in Forex, which repeats every week. Stacy Burke, ICT, pips for profit, pips to profit. They all mesh and they all work off of principles that maybe unbeknownst to them, they correlate with. They don't know of each other maybe because they're too busy doing their own thing, but I see the connection of time frames and setups that do not contradict each other. And so I'm putting it all together like a mad scientist. I have different pieces of the puzzle throughout my day that are all coming together to build this picture. And I'm being patient with XRP because I know it's just part of the bigger plan. Because what happens if and when we see the price action of XRP as an investor that we truly believe and see with the proof that's out there what happens once that hits. I have to have a goal for myself of some type of work to continue to do, because I'm not just going to sit on the beach and enjoy Mai Tais for the rest of my life. It's not going to happen. I'll enjoy that maybe for a month, and then I'll get bored because everybody else I know is going to be working. So I need to figure out a way to serve and to continue to contribute beyond just simply helping the economy circulate whatever currency we end up using, right? I think I've gone long enough. I could get into, serving and all that. Maybe for the next video, that'll be the topic. I've been listening to Joseph S. Benner a whole lot. Very inspiring, but this video's gone long enough, and I'm going to stamp it here. Peace, man.